is finally time for another update. I just got back from Lake Powell. We were there for a week. But before that, I had done a video saying I had gotten 2 negative pregnancy tests. And they were cheapo dollar store ones. And I had said that I was going to get a more expensive, better one and test with that. And that is what I did on Saturday. Not this last Saturday, but the Saturday before. I went to Walgreens and got a clear blue pregnancy test. Came in a pack of 2. And then Sunday morning I took the test. And oh, little backstory. AJ went camping / bike and motorcycling with his friend over the weekend. So I was home alone. And I got the pregnancy test Saturday, did the test Sunday, and it was positive. I was freaking out, man. The whole shebang, like crying, shaking, in disbelief, holding the test, like it was very clear that it was positive, and like holding it and I couldn't stop looking at it and just freaking out. And I didn't know who I should call first or who I should tell because AJ wasn't home, so I couldn't tell him, and he was out in the middle of nowhere and he didn't have service, and so I couldn't tell him, but I had to tell somebody. I couldn't keep it inside. So I texted my friend Talila and said, "Are you at church? Can I call you?" And of course she knows that this is coming because I told her that I was testing soon. And so she said, "Yeah, call me. It's fine. Call me. I'm not busy." So I called her and I said, "Guess what?" She said, "What?" This is all in a whisper on the phone. "What?" I said, "It's positive." And we both freaked out and I cried a little more. And yeah, so my husband was not the first one to know. It's a little weird. Then AJ gets home. I don't tell him right away. And then he said, "Oh, we're going to go to Lake Powell tonight and not wait until Monday. So pack your bags. We need to go to Walmart to grab a few things and then we're going to go." I'm like, okay, what am I going to tell him? Should I just blurt it out? What should I do? What should I say? So I didn't tell him. I went to Walmart. Anyways, he had to go get some headbands to keep his hair back at the lake. And I said, "I want to go get some snacks." While he went over in the beauty section, I went over to the snack section, and the snack section happens to have right next to it baby stuff. But I picked up a pacifier and then I darted into the snack section because right as I was looking at the snacks, AJ walked up. He's like, "What's taking you so long? Why are you, we need to go, hurry up." I said, "Oh, I found what I want." And I got some popcorn and some Doritos. So I'm holding the pacifiers in my hand with my wallet and they're hidden and he can't see them. This whole time I'm thinking, this is so stupid. Why am I paying for pacifiers? Why don't I just tell him? This whole time I'm thinking that. So we get up to the self-checkout stand and we put all the other things in the bag. We ring them up and then the last thing in my hand are the pacifiers and I'm still debating. I'm just going to drop them. I'm going to just put it down and just forget it and I'll just tell him while we're driving. But then I hold up the pacifiers and he says, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, I took another test." And he said, "Whoa, cool." And that was it. So nerdy and weird. So it was positive Sunday morning. And then we went to Lake Powell. I was having some cramping, just dull period cramps. And I had some brown, very minimal brown spotting, which I had read was really normal as well. And so I didn't really think much of it. I hadn't, obviously, since we left out of town really quick, I didn't have a blood test done or anything. So I was just going off of what the test said at home. So the whole week just kind of took it easy at Lake Powell, just kind of rode on the boat and sat around and read a lot. Didn't do anything really extreme. We happened to have a little bit of service one of the days, so I sent a message on the online portal to my OBGYN's nurse and just said, hey, I got a positive at home. I need to come in for some blood work. But I'm out of town and I won't be back until late Saturday, so I need to be able to come in on Sunday. And she said, that's fine. The lab is open on Sunday until 3, so you can go anytime on Sunday and get it done. So we got back from Lake Powell on Saturday night, and then Sunday morning before church, I went in and had the blood work done. And then since the doctors aren't there on Sundays, I knew I was going to have to wait until Monday to get the results from the nurse, but they put all your lab results on their online portal. So within like 2 hours, I was able to like pull up the results of the blood work on my phone and see what it is, and then I Googled like crazy to see what those numbers meant and if they were good or bad. So my HCG level, so HCG, it's a long word. I'll put it like right here so you can see what it is. But it basically is the hormone that they're testing to see if you're in fact pregnant. So if the number is above 5, you are pregnant. And it's a huge range, and the range kind of tells you how far along you are, but it's not really very accurate because of how huge it is. So my number was 67, which means I'm pregnant. Woohoo! I did it. I made a baby. And then the other hormone they test is progesterone. Progesterone is the hormone that thickens the lining of your uterus and allows and just supports the embryo to grow. After like 10 weeks of pregnancy, your placenta is developed, and the placenta takes over supporting the baby. So you really need good amounts of progesterone to keep the lining of your uterus thick so that the baby doesn't miscarry. So they want the progesterone to be at least 6, but closer to like 10 or 12. So my number was 4.4. Not good. So when I was checking the results, first the HCG came up and it was a good number and I was happy, and the progesterone was a little bit delayed and I didn't see the results until like an hour after that. So I saw the HCG results and I was really happy and excited, and then I checked again for the progesterone and it was like a blow to the stomach because, well, at first I didn't know. I mean, it was the same number as the previous month when it showed that I didn't ovulate, so I knew that that wasn't good. Like, if the number's so low that your body doesn't know that it ovulated, it's probably not good for pregnancy. So I Googled a lot and I realized that low progesterone can cause a miscarriage, just because there's not enough hormone and not enough lining in your uterus to support the baby to grow. Or I think I also read that it could be an ectopic pregnancy, which means that the embryo implanted outside of the uterus, like in the fallopian tubes or something. I could be wrong. I don't really remember much because I was kind of in panic mode and just saw miscarriage all over the place, so I was freaking out. So I kind of had a hard day Sunday because of the progesterone numbers and what that could mean, and just a lot of thoughts about, well, I finally got good news and this is good, and now I'm gonna have to go through this other hard thing, and I was just really, really upset. So then I had to wait till today's Monday, to talk to the doctor. So first thing in the morning, like 7:30 in the morning, I called my fertility specialist and left a message. They weren't in yet, but I wanted to leave a message so that they could talk to the doctor before calling me back. So I left a message telling them what my numbers were, and then they called me back like at 10 or something in the morning. The nurse called me and said that yes, the progesterone was low, but the doctor doesn't usually recommend giving progesterone supplements. Oh, that's another thing. When I was reading about low progesterone, a lot of people were saying that they got progesterone supplement, like either in a pill form or a shot or a suppository, to help increase the progesterone in order to protect the embryo and let it grow until the placenta kicks in. So that's kind of what I was thinking, was that since the numbers were so low, that they would just give me this supplement and it would bump it up and I'd be good. So the nurse says that the doctor doesn't really think that it is very effective to give the progesterone, and if it's not increasing on its own, it's not really a viable pregnancy. But they want to see if the HCG increases, and then they said that the doctor will prescribe it to me if I feel really strongly about it, but he usually doesn't do it. So I scheduled an appointment to go into their office tomorrow morning, Tuesday, because it's 48 hours after my previous blood work. So the science says that the HCG number should double every 48 hours if it's a healthy pregnancy. So since my original number was 67, my 48-hour number should be like over 130 or something, or 140. So that they're gonna look for that when I go in tomorrow morning, and then they're also gonna look to see if the progesterone increased or not. I think that I'm going to go ahead with the progesterone if the numbers aren't where they want them to be. If the HCG has doubled like they expect it to. So if the progesterone isn't where it's supposed to be, I'm going to go ahead with the supplement. I mean, it can't hurt, it can only help, and I feel like I need to do everything I can. So that's where I'm at, y'all. I'm in a huge limbo again. Lots of waiting. It's always waiting. It's always waiting with this dumb fertility crap. Just waiting for my body to do what it's supposed to do. Waiting for blood work. Waiting for P-test results. Just waiting, waiting, waiting. Always. My very, very good friend from the school I was working at this year, I sent her a text telling her how worried I was, and she said, breathe. Just breathe. So I've been trying to remember that and just breathe. And when I was freaking out on Sunday, AJ said, you just have to get through this day or this thing and then get to the next thing. Just one thing at a time. Don't try to think too far ahead. Don't try to worry too much about what's out of your control. And just do what you can when you can. And that was really helpful for me. I feel like a lot of times I just like worry and it spirals and I just get frantic and I get obsessive. I was freaking obsessed on Sunday, just Googling and reading other people's stories and trying to figure out what to do and just obsess. So tomorrow morning at 8:20, I am gonna go in for more blood work. And then the doctors will call me and tell me what the numbers are, and then we'll decide what to do from there. That's the only thing I can do. That's all I've got. There you go, guys. I'm pregnant until proven otherwise. It feels weird to say that. It feels weird to say I'm pregnant. I don't feel pregnant. I have not had any symptoms. I have not had breast tenderness. I have not had any nausea or vomiting. Although my breasts are starting to feel a little bit sore now. I've been tired, but I was out in the sun for a whole week, and that can make anyone tired. I don't know. I haven't had a lot of zits. I haven't had amazingly clear skin. The only thing is, like, some people say they have the cramping and the spotting in the really early pregnancy. So that if that's a symptom of pregnancy, that's really the only thing that I've experienced. So I don't really feel pregnant. It's kind of hard for me to accept that I am, because now there's a worry that I won't be. So I don't want to get too much in the mindset of I am, because I might not be. Well, here's an update. Thanks for watching and being very interested in my journey. I'll keep you guys posted on all the blood work and how things are going. I have a lot of hope that things are going to go well, but I still have that protective, like, doubt. The thing that I use to protect myself from disappointment, that's happening too. So it doesn't really feel real to me, and I don't know that it will until things are progressing the way that they're supposed to. Anyways, thanks for all your support. Please pray for me. Please send me all your good wishes and good vibes. They're very much needed. Can definitely feel the support that I get from all my friends and family that are rooting for us. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Until next time, I'll keep you posted. Bye.